Wet sanding, what is it? Because we talk about it all the time. What do we use it for? And is it really the best option when it comes to what we use it for? So wet sanding is a process that you'll find a lot in the automotive industry. Paint guys use it all the time. It's part of the process when it comes to painting a vehicle. We use it for removing scratches, nibs, things like that. And the wet sanding is basically, you're using water with sandpaper. This is special sandpaper. It has a special backing on it that's waterproof, so we can use the water. And this is very fine grit. This is 2,500. I have 1,000, 1,500, 2,500. There's 3,000. There's 4,000. There's 5,000. I don't go much past 3,000 ever. I don't think I've ever used the 3,000 or the 4,000 or 5,000 that I have. Usually 3,000 is enough. And then you go in, once you're done, you go in and you polish it afterwards, because it's going to leave a very dull, matted surface behind. But the reason why this, obviously the reason why this is, I got a special backing to it, is because it's waterproof, because we're going to be using water. And the reason why is when you sand, just like any other sandpaper, it gets clogged up. You can see some residue from clear coat the last time I was doing some wet sanding. But we're using water. So this bottle's got some water in it, and it has a little bit of lubricant in there. Any kind of soap, a couple drops is fine, just for a little bit of lubrication. But as we're sanding the surface, we're spraying this on there, and it helps keep this sandpaper rinsed out so it doesn't get all clogged up. Once it gets clogged up, just like any other sandpaper, it's not going to be as effective. The one downside to this that I really hate is the fact that it makes a mess. Anywhere that water goes, it's going to take this like slurry with it. So it's going to be this mixture of water and the residue from the clear coat as you're removing it. And wherever water goes, this stuff goes. It makes a mess, leaves it all over the place. One of the things I learned from the paintless dent repair industry was to use this stuff called toll cut. This is basically a dry sandpaper. They come in little squares. They come in different sizes, but I like using the little squares. You put them on this urethane block that they have, and this has got 2 different ones on it. So 2 different grits. Again, they come in different grits, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, where you got multiple ones that you can work, and that's why I like doing it this way with 2, so I can keep going back and forth. But this is really nice because it doesn't create that mess. You can sit there and sand a little bit and then wipe it off with wipe the residue away with a microfiber towel or something. You can clean these off a little bit, and then you can keep using them. But they do tend to, I do tend to go through them pretty quick, depending on the type of work that I'm doing. But it makes it a whole lot cleaner of a process. So is this really a good way of doing it as far as removing scratches and things like that? It's a quicker way. It's going to be one of the most aggressive ways of doing it. If you haven't seen the video that I do, where I talk about scratch repair and what's going on when we're fixing scratches, you want to check that video out. But it is going to be the most aggressive, but it is also the fastest way to get down to what you want. If you're trying to remove, especially a very superficial scratch, if you really want to get at it real quick and get it done, you do have to go back afterwards and polish it, because it is going to leave a dull spot. But it is a fast way of doing it, but you also have to be extremely careful, because it is very aggressive compared to polishing or buffing. So I hope you found that information helpful. Don't forget, go check out that video on the scratch repair so you can see what's going on when we actually do scratch repair, when we're fixing any kind of damage on the surface of a vehicle in that clear coat. It's a real great video. It'll really help you out. Between these 2 videos, you really get a good understanding of what's going on. I'll talk to you soon.